Hello, summer camp art students. I am Miss Morris, and today we will create a Thinking of You card. Now, I chose this card because I know we've been, some of us been quarantining, we've been social distancing, and I'm sure there's people out there that are loved ones that we miss very much, our friends and our family. So I thought this would be a really special project for us to do. And it's basically a Thinking of You card. Now you can write whatever message you would like in your card, but this is what we will be creating today, okay? So for this card, materials you will need are a pair of scissors, a ruler, pencil, a black magic marker. I prefer a fine tip. You will also need blue sheet of cardstock or construction paper if you have it. I prefer cardstock because it's a nice sturdy paper and it holds up very well, but if you have construction paper, it works just as well. Also, you will need 2 sheets of white, again, construction paper or cardstock. And you will need at least 4 different colors of cardstock or construction paper. Now, if you do not have that, you can use the same colors if you have just the same color. So if you want your hot air balloon to be all blue or all orange, whatever color you choose, you could just have at least 2 sheets of that paper because we will be cutting these in half. So you really need your colored paper, 2 sheets of white, and your blue, okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my blue sheet, and I chose blue because of the clouds. You know, you have a sky, it's blue, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your card has to be blue. So whatever color you choose, that's fine. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold, make sure these both meet perfectly. So we created our fold. So that's first thing, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our white sheet of paper and we're going to do the same thing, create a fold, make sure your points meet perfectly. Okay. With your ruler, you're going to measure the width of your ruler, not a whole lot of measuring involved. And so that's nice and even. With my ruler, I'm going to just draw a line there. I'm not sure you can see that at home, but I'm going to make it a little darker so you can see it. Oops. There you go. And about, let's say, a 1/2 inch off the edge here. Not the folded side, the open side, okay? So we're going to take about a 1/2 inch off the open side, okay? And you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut off what we just marked off. Okay, so coming back to your card, this is what you should have. You're going to open your card. And you're going to take this and you're going to glue it into here. So you're going to flip this upside down, add glue with your glue stick, place it in, line it up. Make sure this is even with this, and you can gauge with your eyes to see if it is, and glue that right in. Nice. So that's the inner part of our card. Now, here is where you're going to write your message to your loved one, your friend, grandma, grandpa, whoever you're missing at the time. And you're going to just, in your own words, say whatever you feel. You just write it in freehand nicely. That's your message. So I'm going to leave all of that up to you. But moving forward with this card, now we're going to create our clouds. So taking your second sheet of white paper, you're going to create 4 small clouds. And you could just freehand draw them, like so. Just like that. I'm going to do just maybe one bigger one. And then like maybe 3 small ones just to help you out here. Okay. So about 3 small ones, maybe 1 bigger one. Okay. And now you're going to cut your clouds out. So at this point, you can start to cut your clouds out, and we'll be right back. I'm going to pause the tape. We'll be right back. Okay, so I'm cutting my last cloud out. I gave you time to cut yours out. And as you can see, as I cut, I just basically take the cloud and I roll it as I'm closing my scissors. For you that may need a little assistance with that, if you can see what I'm doing, this is all I'm doing. Just like that. Okay. So I have my 4 clouds. And I know some of you may not cut perfectly, and that's fine. If you still see any residue here, like you see here with my drawing marks, you're going to glue on this side, not the clean side, but this side. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take my larger cloud, and on the side that I drew my cloud, where I see my pencil marks, I'm going to glue on that side. And I'm going to glue that cloud right here in looks like the right corner, I would say, of the card. Then I'm going to take another cloud and I'm going to place it right here, because you want to give your card some room for the drawing and the words. And then I'm going to place this one in the corner, lower left corner here. And this one I'm going to wait on, okay? Because just like with this card, it kind of overlaps, which gives it a really nice, some dimension to it. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, moving forward. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your 4 colored sheets and you're going to cut in half, because you only need half, and you can always reserve paper. I like to save paper. Let's save our trees, you know? So just cut that in half, and we'll only be using half of all the 4s, okay? Okay, so now I cut my 4, and this is all we will need for this project. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to take all 4 of your sheets, you're going to fold them in half. Now, if you're using cardstock can be really hard when you're layering and cutting multiples if you don't have a really sharp pair of scissors. But for right now, I'm just going to show you what you're going to do. You're going to draw a heart, and on the folded side, not the open side, on the folded side, you're going to draw your heart, a half of a heart. And it should be fairly small. So you want to use maybe like a finger's length. I know you kids have smaller fingers than me. So this is what it should look like. And then I'm going to just kind of dip the point a little bit like that, giving some emphasis to the point. Okay. Well, that should be about right. Maybe a little smaller. And if you feel like it's too big, you can always readjust it. This is pencil. You can always readjust it and redraw it to the size you feel like it should be. So I think that's about right. And now I'm going to cut all of my hearts out. Now again, if you have 4 pieces of cardstock, that may be quite difficult. So you can do this. I'm going to cut these 2 together. And I'm going to use this as a template for my other 2. Just like that. And now I'm going to cut these 2. This is the green and pink paper. So what you should have are, when you're done cutting, are 4 hearts. Now again, like I said in the beginning, you can make your hot air balloon all one color. Maybe you want to make an all red hot air balloon. But if you want a multiple color like you see here, this is what you will do. Now this is really, really easy. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 heart, just like this, fold it on the open side, and I'm going to just put glue on one side. And making sure I put enough glue so that it stays together. Be sure that you do that. I'm going to take my next folded heart, which is orange, and I'm going to place that right over the heart that I just glued and rub it. Now I have orange on top. I'm going to take my glue, glue that. I'm going to take my next color, which is yellow. I'm going to place it over the orange and rub. Again, glue. Take my green, place it over, rub it in. And now this is what you will have. Beautiful, right? So now let's glue this onto our card. Same way, I'm going to flip this back where on the opposite side where pink is, because pink will have to be glued down. Making sure there's enough glue so it stays and it doesn't lift back off. And I'm going to find a good placement. So you want to keep it higher on the card so that you can draw your hot air balloon basket down here. And on this side, I've given you room. That's why your cloud is to the right of your card. So overlapping your larger cloud, I'm going to place my hot air balloon over that cloud. Bring it over a little bit more, maybe like right there. And I'm going to take my finger and glue that down. Okay. Now on this side here, I'm going to glue the green. Make sure you put enough glue so that it stays. I'm going to open the green and glue that down. So this is what your card should look like. Awesome. Now you're going to take that extra cloud that you had, glue it, open the green or whatever color you have, and you're going to just kind of overlap it just like that. That's what it should look like. Now you can draw your basket and design it whatever way you like, but it's a very simple drawing. You're just going to make 4 lines coming from the base of your heart, like so. Just like that. And then you're going to draw a basket, something really simple. Now I'm going to make some of these lines here and just maybe like that. I can draw more lines if I like, but again, that's all up to you how you would like to draw your basket. Now here, every card has a greeting, okay? And your card could say, thinking of you, or missing you, or I love you, can't wait to see you, okay? So here, I'm just gonna write, since I wrote missing you here, I'm just gonna write thinking of you. So in this space, because you've distanced your clouds correctly, you should have a small space here and write something very short and sweet. Your greeting should be very short and sweet, okay? So here I'm gonna write thinking of you. My marker feels a little dry. Just like that. And if you feel like your handwriting is not that neat or your lines may not be straight, you can always use a ruler to guide your writing, okay? And so, again, with your writing, you can choose the font that you would like to write in if you prefer cursive, for those of you who know cursive, or you just want to write in print, that's up to you. If you want to dress up your font with little dots like this at the ends of each letter, that's always cute. I know a lot of teachers use this. It makes it kind of fun and whimsical. You can do that as well. And again, inside your card, you write your thoughtful thoughts to your loved one. Tell them how much you miss them and you can't wait to hug them when you see them, when all of this is over. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson and continue on. All right, have fun. Bye.